Good evening and welcome, friends and family of Jamie and Jimmy. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Reverend Daniel Macaluso, and I am Jamie's cousin. For those of you that do know me, yes, you've heard that right. I'm a newly ordained minister, and it's true. 5 minutes on the internet. Anyone can do this job. I must also admit this is the first wedding I have ever officiated, and it will most likely be my last. We are all gathered here today to celebrate the relationship of Jamie and Jimmy, and to be witnesses and supporters of the commitment they share with each other. Together, we're a group of the most important people in their lives, and they brought us here to publicly recognize that we've all played some special part in the love they share today. Jamie and Jimmy wanted me to thank you all for being here and to recognize how important each and every one of you are to the relationship. They would also like to recognize all of those who couldn't make it here today, as they are certainly missed, but not forgotten on this day of celebration. Jamie, Jimmy, I am so grateful to have grown so close to the both of you. You guys are a wonderful couple, and I love that I can always count on you guys for finding chores for me to do every single time we hang out. You know, actually, I was looking forward to this wedding so much, but in true Jamie and Jimmy fashion, you guys decided to assign me with arguably the most important task of the day. And here I am officiating your wedding. So, obviously being born into the same chaos that Jamie was, it was natural for us to grow close together. But I think what made us especially close was the fact that Jamie's parents trusted me to babysit her when I was only 10 years old. Now, I'm almost 30 years old now, and to be completely honest, I can still barely take care of myself. Jamie, I have no idea what your parents were thinking. I first met Jimmy at a Chicken and Pizza in the Philadelphia airport. It was around 8 o'clock in the morning, and naturally I had a pretty decent buzz going on. But Jimmy was introduced to me as Jamie's boyfriend. And my first impression of Jimmy was that he seemed like an awesome guy, and it seemed like he had a great heart. But, in full transparency, and I'm not proud to admit this, I didn't really make a huge effort into getting to know Jimmy at first, because I was convinced that once he got to know Jamie as well as I did, he would be gone in an instant. Well, it turned out that Jimmy does have a great heart, a great personality, and I think most importantly, even greater patience. And over the past 6 years, I've been able to gain a best friend. And I am so honored to be the one to officially welcome you into our family today. For those of you that don't know the beautiful love story of Jamie and Jimmy, it goes a little something like this. It all started in 2012 at Tall Pines Day Camp. Now, a mildly inappropriate fact, for those of you who aren't aware, I sure hope there aren't any cops in the room right now.
You.
Jamie was one of the campers, and Jimmy, being several years older than Jamie is, was one of the counselors. Now, Jimmy will claim he didn't really know Jamie or ever talk to her or anything, but somehow, Jamie definitely caught his attention. Because if you were to fast forward into the March of 2015, Jimmy did what any millennial would do in an attempt to make advances on a girl. He added Jamie on Facebook. And just after midnight, on March 18th, 2015, after seeing Jamie post a nice-looking photo of herself, and yes, Jimmy still had this conversation saved, Jimmy finally gained up enough courage to shoot his shot, and he slid right into Jamie's DMs. For an older generation here who didn't get that, he simply messaged her using the internet. And during this conversation, Jamie told Jimmy the only reason she was awake was because she was up studying for a math test that she had the following morning. Now, this is where Jimmy shows his true brilliance. And I quote, "I would say, let me know how your math test goes, but I don't have your number." I cannot say for sure if Jimmy really gave a damn how Jamie did on her math test, but he did accomplish one thing that night. He got Jamie's number. Their text message conversations continued for several weeks until Jimmy finally convinced Jamie to go on a date. Now you see, Jamie was only 20 years old at the time, so Jimmy struggled to find a place where they can enjoy some nice soft drinks and good conversation. But he finally decided on Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, for anyone who knows Jimmy well, you know that he's not really the type of guy that likes dressing up really fancy and going to these, fine dining establishments. Jimmy would much rather be in the comfort of his own home wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt. Sounds like someone else I know.
Me.
So now you wonder, when did Jamie really steal Jimmy's heart? Well, I'll tell you.
Oh boy.
It was on that first date at Buffalo Wild Wings when Jimmy had his breath taken away. Could it be a beautiful blonde, his perfect soulmate, wearing a pink Victoria's Secret sweatsuit?
God.
The rest is history. 2 dogs, multiple jobs, ups and downs, the down mostly referring to Luna. Purchasing a home together, here we are today. Now you see, marriage gives permanence and structure to a couple's love. It's a way to tell one another that no matter how many trips to ShopRite I ask you to make, or how many times I ask you to pick up Holy Tomato, we really are in this together. Marriage is telling the person you love you're not going anywhere, and that's a powerful commitment for 2 people to make. A good marriage must be built on the foundation of this commitment. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is standing together and facing the world. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is the common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner as well. Because Jamie and Jimmy are here to marry each other, it is their words, their intention, and their vision that will define and shape their marriage. This is why they have written their own vows to bind them together. These vows are your way of openly declaring your promise to one another, as well as to all of those who are here in attendance today. Jamie, ladies first.
Jimmy, who would have thought when we met that we would be standing here today? We have been through so much, not all of it easy, but together we made it through all that life has thrown at us. Before I met you, I had no idea what love really was. Loving you is, and always has been, the easiest thing I've ever done. I've fallen in love with you again and again, and I still can't believe that I get to be the one to marry you. You are the most giving, selfless person I know, and I thank God each day that I get to call you mine. As we stand here today, unfortunately, there are still some things I will not vow to you. I can't promise that I'll be a good co-pilot or that I'll move the dogs to make room for you on the bed. I also can't promise that I won't send you to ShopRite just as you're about to place your bets for Sunday football, or that I won't give you a list of things to do on your day off. You and I both know how indecisive I can be. It takes me entirely too long to decide which color wrapping paper I want to buy or what I want you to make us for dinner. But if there's one decision I know is right, it's to spend the rest of my life with you. From this day forward, I promise to celebrate with you when the Steelers win and blame Mike Tomlin for everything when they lose.
Yep.
I promise to be patient and understanding, even when I have to repeat myself because you're too distracted by Candy Crush.
Yep.
And you're probably wondering why I haven't promised to always eat something sweet with you after every meal, so I'll promise that to you too. Lastly, I promise to love you each day for the rest of my life. I vow to always honor you, respect you, support you, and encourage you. With all of my heart, today and forever, I love you.
Jimmy?
Jamie, it's going to be hard to pack in nearly 7 years of being together into a 1 minute long vow, especially considering Jeff could interrupt me at any point to place a bet. On March 18th, 2015, I did not know that 2 simple words in a Facebook Messenger message would change my life forever. Those 2 simple words were, "What's up?" Not hello, not hi, my name is, just what's up. But that leap of faith led me to the most amazing, selfless, brutally honest, caring person I've ever met, but more importantly, my best friend and my future wife. Jamie, you mean everything to me. You are my biggest supporter, and there's no one's opinion that matters more to me than yours. You have been with me through all the highs and all the lows, from working long nights and coming home at 5 a.m. from Cavs in Philly, to driving around Tom G to God knows where, to working weekends at Investors Bank, which I know wasn't ideal come the summer months, and finally to now be working at my dream job at Merrill Lynch. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me watch YouTube videos in bed before going to sleep. I know how much you love watching them with me. Thank you for always watching my favorite movies with me and not asking any questions during those movies. I really appreciate that. I vowed to always place takeout orders for dinner when you're too scared to. I vow to always try and put the dirty clothes into the hamper, not around it. I vow to love you unconditionally, be true to you, to care for you, and to be the absolute best husband. When we first met, you didn't see someone who was barely making by. You saw me for who I am, the person that I am. You've given me the life I've always dreamed about. I'm the luckiest man in the world to have you by my side all the rest of the days of my life. I love you.
All right. Jamie and Jimmy will now exchange rings to symbolize their commitment. The wearing of the rings is a visible outward sign that they have committed themselves to one another. The ring is customarily worn on the ring finger, as it is the only finger with a vein running directly to the heart. I don't know if that's true, but I read it on Google, and it sounded really nice, so I included it. Nick, would you please present Jimmy with Jamie's ring? Jimmy, please take Jamie's hand and repeat after me. Let me just position this a little better. I give you this ring as a symbol of our love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of our love.
For today and tomorrow, and for all the days to come.
For today and tomorrow, and for all the days to come.
Wear it as a sign of what we have promised on this day.
Wear it as a sign as what we have promised on this day.
And know that my love is present, even when I am not.
And know that my love is present, even when I'm not there.
Nick, if you would, please present Jamie with Jimmy's ring. Jamie, please.
Jamie with Jimmy's ring.
Yeah, I said that right? Jamie, please take Jimmy's hand and repeat after me. Oop, there go your vows. These aren't important anymore, right?
Nope.
No, that's fine.
All right. I give you the, please repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of our love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of our love.
For today and tomorrow, and for all the days to come.
For today and tomorrow, and all the days to come.
Wear it as a sign of what we have promised on this day.
Wear it as a sign as what we promised on this day.
And know that my love is present even when I am not. Here, I'll show you.
And wear it as a promise.
And know that my love is present.
And know that my love is present.
Even when I'm not.
Thanks, Dan.
All right. You can put it on. This is mine. Jamie and Jimmy, you have professed your love by exchanging your vows, and you have symbolized your commitment by exchanging rings. With all of this, I have just one more question I need each of you to answer, and then we're off to celebrate. Jamie, do you take Jimmy to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, honor him, and keep him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Jimmy, do you take Jamie to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I do.